Hi, my name is Olave Nduwanje. I have in the past written as a columnist for OneWorld. So I was very excited when I saw this call for ideas and proposals and thoughts on the future of migration. I'm a migrant myself. I was born in Burundi and I was 9 years old when we fled Burundi and came to live in the Netherlands because of a civil war that would last for another 12 years. So these issues of migration are very near and dear to my heart. In the last decade or so, a little bit more than a decade, migration has been a hot topic in the media, in politics, in economics, in even in philosophy. People are talking about migration and about mostly what I tend to hear is about how to manage migration. Mostly the kind of migration that is involuntary. Migration from war, migration because of climate change, migration because of ecological destruction and whatnot, and poverty. These are the kind of migrations that have become a hot topics, right? So, and a lot of it that people, sort of like propose are about how we're going to manage that. And some of it take a human rights approach. Other take a very sort of like, utilitarian approach. Like, yeah, no, the migration is great because these people are very cheap when they go to work, for example. Others have really zero down on migration as something we need to be afraid of. They're coming and they're coming in masses and they're going to upset our way of life and whatnot. And oftentimes I miss a discussion or proposals that go towards eliminating and preventing people from having to run away, from people having to leave everything behind because they're so afraid. They're so afraid of for their lives. They're afraid for the lives of the people that they love, because they have nothing anymore. Because everything that they, have been doing as communities for centuries, sometimes for millennia, everything around them has been destroyed. There's nothing left to work the land. There's nothing left to aspire to. Like I see people that I know who have fled because of poverty, and poverty is a kind of violence, right? It's a violence that we subject one another to. And I want to think about what do we need to do to eliminate the causes, the reasons why people are moving and going away involuntarily. And for me, that will create space for a kind of future of migration where people migrate because of perhaps a sense of adventure, because of a sense of discovery, because of a need to connect with other human beings somewhere else on earth. I don't know, like the kind of migration that is about inspiration and about growth and possibilities. And that's not what we have right now. That's not the kind of migration that we have, that we talk about. So my contribution to this discussion would be an invitation perhaps to start thinking about the ways in which we can prevent forced migrations, and perhaps also ways in which we can repair and redress, sort of the dynamics and the processes that have led to people running away and leaving and having to start over again elsewhere. And, like one of my ideas is about basically going to and addressing the people who make money out of it, people who make a profit out of, say, war, people who make and sell weapons. How about we tax them? How about we tax them and, a tax that hurts, a tax that really you feel, a tax that deters, right? How about we say to Boeing, for example, like if this is your business, if this is your core business, we're gonna tax you to the full extent of everything it's costing us to accommodate the millions of people on earth who are running away because of war, because of conflict. And if we're talking about, like, for example, Shell, how about we agree on an international obligation for if you're making money, if you're making profit out of ecological destruction, you have to repair it. You have to go back to these areas, to these places and repair it. That becomes an obligation. It becomes even like something that we can hold you criminally responsible for. How about we do that? How about we say to all these gold mine companies that are making millions, billions of dollars in the Congo, in South Africa, that they can only continue doing what they do if they repair what they have broken and what they have destroyed. How about that? How about we talk about economics of repair and redress and prevention, right? To make room for a kind of migration that inspires and that changes and betters the world. That's my idea.